Welcome back to the 10th episode, and today we're going to take a look at the Windows installment and also looking into the paint and the interior. And when I started doing this, I of course had to fare everything down and fixing all the pinholes here. So I was using gel coat, some aerosol, and then making some thickened gel coat or top coat actually, and spread it out basically everywhere to make sure that I filled in some pinholes that happened to be occurring when everything was done with the fiberglassing. So here you can see pretty much all the interior is just filled with gel coat, spread out, and then also fared down. Fared down to my neighbor's delight, I might say. When this was done, I started to paint the boat. Usually you can use the rolling and tipping technique, but in this case, based on experience, I only use the rolling one, and I use Epifanes paint to paint the interior here. And as you can see later on, you will see that the floor will not be painted at all, and also the interior spaces here will be filled up with top coat instead of the paint. Here you see the first layers, the starting point of everything. I'm laying down 3 layers of this paint, and based on experience, that's enough. You can now see the finished results, which I'm very happy with. I've left the dashboard to be continued with later on when I've decided how I want to deal with that. So from the paint job, we're now moving into the windows. I'm using acrylic plexiglass. I think it's 5 or 6 millimeters, and I was a bit scared to start working on these big boards, but it actually turned out quite easy, to be honest, much easier than I expected. After a couple of hours I was completely done, and I could go back to the boat and see if they fitted, and they did. Then I took them home again, and I had to drill holes in them because they are going to be glued and also bolted to the window frames. And I used this drill, which you will see now, and as you can see, it's a bit pointy here, so I had to be sharpened before I could use it in the acrylic plastic here. Otherwise it's so easy that they crack.
No one can tell, don't be fight you. A forever journey of loving you. Drift in your eyes.
this was done, I had to go back to the boat and also mark out all the holes in the window frames that I had made in the windows earlier on, as you can see here with a marker, and then I had to drill holes. And when that was done, I took the glue that I had bought and spread out onto the window frames and also onto the windows, because I really wanted to make sure that I sealed them off completely. And since the window frames are not exactly completely straight, or at least not if you put a flat window on them, I wanted to have this glue on both sides, both on the window and on the frame. It was a big mess, but better to be safe than sorry and seal them off completely. When this was done, and after 24 hours, I went back with a knife and cut away all the excess here, as you can see from the inside, to get the nice straight edges here. And then of course the big reward of pulling off this. And here's the result, which I'm very happy with. It turned out just exactly how I wanted it to be, and they are now sealed off completely. From the inside at least. I still have some additional work to do on the outside, but that will come later on. But they are really nice looking at the moment.